Well, it's been another tumultuous week in Victoria, even for Teflon-coated Premier Daniel Andrews. The pile-on of crisis after crisis must surely be hurting the government's re-election chances. After losing 4 key ministers, the ongoing issue of code reds in the ambulance service dominated the news during the week, and it's led to some damning evidence showing that no less than 21 Victorian patients had died this year alone waiting for an ambulance to arrive. Joining me live in the studio tonight is Victorian Liberal MP Tim Smith. Tim, thank you very much for coming in. I want to start with what Neil Mitchell said, my colleague on the Nine Radio Network. He said the Andrews government and Andrews himself was the worst premier in the state's history, and he pleaded for decent MPs to bail on him. 4 did within 48 hours after that. I don't know whether it had any impact, but what are you hearing about why those 4 bailed?
Well, it's certainly got nothing to do with what Neil Mitchell said, I can assure you of that.
Coincidence.
And Mr Smith, it's actually wonderful to actually meet you in person.
It's good to see you in person.
It's actually, we've spoken so many times over the airwaves, but it's great to actually meet you in person.
And no relation?
No, well, we don't. I don't think so, but you never know. The honest answer is, I think that it's a mixture of 3 things. Firstly, I think there is an assumption within Labor that they're going to get a 3rd term. And for a lot of these guys, I think they want to cash in, well, potentially cash in on a Labor 3rd term. So with regards to sitting on boards, lobbying roles, etc., remembering 2 of the 4 senior ministers that resigned or announced their retirement, Foley and Pakula, don't get pensions. Now, Lisa Neville's in a separate category. She's not well, and we wish her all the very best with her illness. She also gets the old pension scheme. James Merlino has also been there for 20 years. He gets the old pension. I mean, these guys are going to be on 150, 200k a year before they get out of bed in the morning for the rest of their life. It's good for some. And to your viewers out there who think we all get pensions, that's wrong. John Howard got rid of the pensions in 2004 and then every state copied. So, and I think that's going to be a real problem for our democracy going on, but that's a separate point. The second point is that Daniel Andrews is a nightmare to work for. He's a bully. It's all about him. He controls every secretary of every department, every ministry. He has his paws into every last aspect of the Victorian government, not just the high echelons like most...
Except hotel quarantine.
Well, yes, except he controls everything except for when it goes wrong.
Yes, correct.
And I think, thirdly, you know, with respect, these guys have got families. Politics is a tough business. They've been there. I mean, I think Foley's the person who's been there for the least amount of time, and he's been there for 15 years.
Enough already.